All right, good morning. The pardon board is called to order. Today is January 5th, 2026. The time is 9 a.m. Would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Nelson,
Present.
Ms. Stapleton,
Present.
Mr. Prater,
Here.
Mr. Tillage,
Here.
Mr. Freeman.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you. We will allow public comment on requests before any action item. And our first item on our agenda today is review and approval of the minutes from Monday, December 1st, which are included in your packet. Is there any corrections?
I make the motion, we accept. Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Prater, second by Mr. Freeman to accept the minutes as presented. Is there any objection? All right, hearing none, the minutes are approved. Thank you. Next agenda item is consideration of applications for clemency and pardon. And our first case this morning is Mr. Luis Gonzalez. Can you call Mr. Gonzalez in? Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Gonzalez, would you, for the record, sir, introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your current mailing address, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Luis Gonzalez, address 2323 Douglas Drive, Bossier, Louisiana, zip code 71111.
Okay, thank you. So you're here this morning. Let me first acknowledge that you have Judith Garrison with you, your mother, and she wants to speak on your behalf, and we'll ask you to do so shortly. First, let me just read some identifying information into the record before we get started with our interview process. So, Mr. Gonzalez, you are classified as a first felony offender. Your DOC number was 595592. You're seeking a pardon with restoration of firearms. You were sentenced in Bossier Parish, March of 2012 for possession of Schedule 2. You received a 5-year sentence that was suspended. You were placed on 3 years probation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Your case this morning has been assigned to Mrs. Stapleton. Would you answer any questions you may have?
Of course.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, why don't you tell me what happened that caused you to be in this position?
Yes, during the time I was, had a friend and she was actually a coworker at the time. And we just got involved in hanging out and we went out and had drinks sometimes. And then we ended up spending time and I started getting involved with her as far as where the drug was involved.
Mhm.
And then we just had that kind of relationship together. And she ended up, she was in the military at the time and she ended up getting caught with it and then they turned out to me for her to get off. And at that moment we met up and we were leaving the bar. We went to her car and as law enforcement came out and arrested me at that time. 2012.
Yeah. So you did try to sell, you did sell some cocaine, right?
I got it for her.
Or you got it for her?
Yeah, I was, help her find it at that time.
So you purchased it for her. But it says that at the bar to sell the informant 1 gram of cocaine for $50. Did that happen? Did you go to sell
For
it?
the lady, yeah, I'll get it and get it for her, yeah.
You would get it for her?
Yeah, I would,
You would buy it, you would purchase
Yeah.
it.
if I purchase it, if she would give me the money, I'll go get it and
Mhm.
bring it back to her.
All right, and then they found $500 something in your vehicle. They didn't have anything.
I think so, yeah, I had some cash that they did take.
Yeah. Did that have anything to do with drug money?
No, actually, that was mine, I was waiting tables
Uh-huh.
at the time, and that is the account I made for my own job.
Okay, so you were sentenced and you got 5 years suspended and 3 years probation. So what has your life been since then?
Oh, it's been great. I have been out of trouble, abiding by the law. Just been working, spending time with my family. Just got into fitness, stayed clear from the wrong crowd that I used to spend time with. Cut down on my drinking, way more since then. Drugs at all, not involved at all. $2,800 gross. But since that time, we've just been working full time. So stay in the city or where I've been. And that's all, nothing.
Well, I see that you have full-time employment,
Yes, ma'am.
that you're a manager at a store, is that correct?
Yes, it's a local restaurant
Mhm.
in Bossier.
A restaurant, I'm sorry.
We have 4 locations.
Mm-hmm.
I already have overlooked.
Oh, yeah, I see, I'm sorry. So you enjoy that line of work?
Yes, I've been doing it on and off for quite a while. And there's probably now straight at the location now for 7 years. I was on and off the dam for like 14.
Oh, that's good. And you were 27 when this happened to you, correct? There was,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Well, this is what we have here. The judge is unopposed. The DA did not have a comment. The chief of police is opposed and the sheriff is opposed. And I see where you successfully completed, your probation, and that was all 10 years ago. And you've been crime-free, haven't had any more problems with the law since then.
Not at all.
Okay, thank you. I'll turn it over to anybody else who has a question.
Great. Could we hear from your mother? Maybe you want to go ahead and tell us what you'd like us to know?
Oh, I'm sorry. Should have asked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, your mother's gonna
Yes.
speak. I'm sorry, I went right over you. I do want to hear what you have to say about your son.
Yeah, my son, he's ever since that incident happened, he's respectfully admitted all the past in cause in trying to do some good deeds, helping others, and he's my caregiver.
I saw where your husband had passed away and he stays with you and he helps you in that way also. Well, that's a big help to have a son like that. I have 2 sons myself and thank goodness for him. Okay, did you have anything else you'd like to tell us?
He's a good one.
It's good.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you being here today.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions of Mr. Gonzalez? I don't see any other questions, Mr. Gonzalez. We are prepared to vote. Mrs. Stapleton will be voting first.
Oh, great.
Mr. Gonzalez, I'm gonna grant your request for a pardon with firearms. I don't see any reason not to. You got into trouble, never got into trouble again since then. So it looks like you learned your lesson. So that's gonna be my vote.
Mr. Craven,
I concur.
Mr. Freeman,
I concur.
Mr. Tillis,
I concur also.
as do I, sir. So you've received a unanimous vote to make the recommendation for a pardon with restoration of firearms, and we'll do so on your behalf. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
South, tell us your name and current mailing address, please.
Mario Charles, 1803 Francis Drive, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71118.
Thank you, sir. And you have some folks on Zoom today who want to speak on your behalf. Your wife, Lawana, your sister, Sharika, and Shanika, another sister,
Sharika wasn't, she had to work, so my other sister,
Shanika.
Andrea Brown.
Okay,
She was, other one started the job.
it's okay. Well, thank you for that. That's another sister.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, let me just read some identifying information into the record, then I'm gonna turn it over to Mrs. Stapleton because your case was assigned to her.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you expect Mr. DeVargas here with you today?
No, ma'am.
Okay, because I have him listed as your attorney.
He had been my attorney long.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Charles, you're classified as a first offender. Your DOC number is 497990. You're seeking a pardon with restoration of firearms. You were sentenced in January 2005 to a 5-year sentence that was suspended. You were placed on 4 years probation for the crime of simple burglary.
Yes, ma'am.
That's correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna turn it over to Mrs. Stapleton.
Okay, please tell me something about what happened.
I had just moved back from New Orleans and, I was, as they say in the streets in New Orleans, and I thought that I could come back home and do the same thing, and I didn't have nowhere to live, and I kind of,
How old were you?
I'm 41 now, so I don't know if you can tell me.
Okay,
I had-
20, it says on your application.
Yeah, so, but I went, and go into a clothing store, just trying to get money for someone to live.
Mhm.
Got it, so,
yeah, I saw where they recovered everything.
yes, ma'am, I got it.
Mhm. So, I see that you had 5 years suspended
Yes, ma'am,
and 4 years of probation.
yes, ma'am.
Tell me about your life since then.
I've actually, I had a daughter in, 2011,
Mhm.
and, I've just been on the path of trying to be better, be a better example for them, because I knew how, when I was in jail, how my mom came up and, family and cried and all this stuff, and I just didn't want to be like that with my kids. I got 3 daughters, so. Just working, that's all I do is work on stuff. I do I'm a jack of all trades. I've been on the job I'm at right now, it's maybe 4 years, I think, yesterday. I got the Rising Star Award in 2 positions I've been in since the 4 years I've been in this company, and I'm like the to-go guy. It's pretty much been brought me all over the United States, Hawaii, and all that stuff for the company.
Really?
Yeah, I've been to Hawaii, all the islands, they sent me out there, and, I'm the one they call when they need stuff done. And I learned that I'm really good with my hands.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it the bad way, not do it the positive way, and it worked. I mean, I didn't know that I was so inclined to doing everything when I did stuff positive. So,
Mhm.
but I had a bad childhood that kind of led me to doing stuff the wrong way. I had to be an example for my kids, so I made sure I did it. I give back a lot. I go and speak at, my uncle has a church in Anchorage. I speak to the troubled kids. He has like a program we do every summer, go to, church and kind of tell them where I went, where they could go. They tell me what they want to do in life. I tell them you need to have a backup, because these kids these days, they're they want to be a streamer or something like that. And
Yes.
what if they don't work? You know, I'm just trying to put them on a better path of leading that life, because, I mean, Nag's is a small town, you get caught up real quick or, killed. So trying to help them out. And it's just pretty much what I've been doing since then. I'm with another organization where we do runs every year. We donate money to different donations, foundations and stuff like that. I just did one for a battered woman shelter. I want to say a month or two ago, raised some money for them. Gotta bring the letters.
That's okay.
My glass thing, but I try to do better, because, I mean, these kids need better these days, so.
I know, well, a lot of children, like you said, like the streaming and stuff like that, that's where they're unfortunately getting a lot of their guidance from, which is getting them in trouble.
Yes,
So people
yeah.
like you come along and you say, and this is what trouble looks like once it happens to you. So that's a worthy call and calling too.
Yeah.
And so I'm proud to hear from you that you're doing these things, these positive things with your life. You're unopposed by the sheriff, the district attorney, the sentencing judge, so that speaks well to everybody. That you haven't had any more problems in your life, and like you said, you move on. And yeah, the term that used to be called that to this day is jack of all trades.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's a good thing to be, because you can do a little bit of everything, and then and we need a lot of people like that.
I stay at home. I'm always keeping myself busy. I literally worked all day yesterday on my kitchen. Got up 3 o'clock this morning and got on the road to come in. So
Well, that's wonderful.
I'm going to work when I get back.
I think we have some more people that would like to speak on your behalf.
Yes,
Your wife,
yes.
Ms. Charles, would you like to speak, please? She on Zoom?
She there?
Here she.
I'll be sure to be able to just talk.
I'm one of his twin sisters. I speak if nobody else gonna speak.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Shirley.
Hello, I'm so sorry I'm here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me move
No,
back.
I'm here. I'm at work, so 1 second. I have to step away. Okay, I'll be right back, okay? I am so sorry. I'm currently at work. Yes, I'd like to speak on his behalf. DeMario has been amazing. I've known him for over 10 years. I mean, he's the reason why I moved to Shreveport. And he's just been, ever since I've known him, he's been a really, really good guy. I've never seen anything bad he does. He donates, he does the storage auctions, and whatever he has left over, he will donate it to the needy. He, like he said, I heard he said that he does runs and they donate. I believe he just did a run for one of the houses here that holds homeless, and he donated there. He has his daughter, he's had custody, he fought for her, he's been trying to help her, he puts her in counseling for everything that she's been through. He did go and speak for one of his uncles at a church, to get the younger youth to go on the right track. And he does that because of what track the road he was previously on, and he don't want them to go on that route. So, he's been doing a lot for his community. Mario has been wonderful side of him.
Thank you very much. Ms. Charles, would you like to speak now?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Mario has always been my baby, and yeah, he took the wrong road, but then he turned his life around. He's married, he takes care of his kids, he bought a house. And for me, the biggest thing for me that I wanted to talk about was me. I got 6, 7 years ago with MS. I went down fast. I was down for about 3 years, and DeMario was there for me. He took care of me. He made sure I had food, anything I needed. If I needed money, he sent it to me. He just really stepped in for me in that time, and I appreciate him. He just has changed the life. If I need my car fixed, he come and fix it. Like anything I need, he coming. And I just really appreciate my little brother for that. And that's what I wanted to talk about and say. I'm sorry. I'm getting emotional. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well, that's wonderful to have a brother like that.
Okay. I would like to speak. I'm his other twin sister. The one that just spoke, me and her are twin sisters. My mom had us on her birthday. She's deceased though. But I can say a lot about my little brother. He's always been there for us. I recently, probably about 3 years ago, went through a hard divorce. I was married for 17 years, so um, it's been hard on me the last 3 or 4 years because I was so used to having someone to help me work on my vehicles. Me and my daughter's in college, and so she travels a lot. And so we started having issues with our vehicle and stuff. And like he is really a jack of all trades. Like Mario didn't go to school for a lot of the stuff he does, but just the last year, you guys, I had some stuff on my vehicle that was going to cost me, and my daughter's vehicle and my vehicle was going to cost us $4,000 and $5,000, $6,000. And DeMario fixed stuff on my vehicle, my daughter's vehicles. My daughter is a student at Grambling University. And I didn't know where the money was going to come from to get that vehicle fixed. But I mean, when I tell you he fixed both of our vehicles, didn't charge us a dime. Now we still gave him money just to say, tried to give him something just to say thank you. But anytime I need him, guys, because when I left, my husband took everything from me, so it left me with nothing. And anytime I call him, if I need money on a bill, anything, he's there. He and we have we have nephews, sons in our family. I have a son. He's 26. My twin sister has a son, and we have other boys in our family, nephews and stuff that he clowns around and he makes us laugh. But when he's serious, he gets those boys, he pulls them off to the side, and he lets them know, look, I made one bad decision, but look how I turned it around. Look where I'm at now. Look what he talks to those boys and he lets them know that I made one mistake, but look how I turned around. Look where I'm at now. Like he really counsels those boys. My son looks up to him. Our other nephews and boys in our family, every time we have family gatherings, he talks to them, let them know, look, this is not the path to go. He really does. He really impacts those boys in our family, and I appreciate him. I love my little brother. My oldest brother, it's 8 of us, and my oldest brother passed away, and he's always been like we call him the little big brother, because even though we had an older brother, my older brother, he had a lot of issues and drug usage, and he died. He had a hard life. But to me, DeMario has always been the big brother because he was always mature for his age. And so I really thank God for him. And he's always, anytime I call him, guys, when I tell you he comes through, he comes through. And I thank God for him. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to us on today. And God bless you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Well, you're a wonderful family man too.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, well, I'm going to pass it along to anyone else on the panel.
Yeah. Is there any other questions?
Yes.
Okay, Mr.
Were
Prater.
you arrested in 4/7 of 2013 for misdemeanor criminal trespass?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where was that?
Houston, Texas.
Okay, and did you got convicted? Were you on probation or anything?
No,
Okay.
I
All
had
right.
to pay a fine. My neighbor stayed in apartments, like 2-story apartments, and one of the guys, some of the guys that used to hang out on my steps was sitting in front of the house. The neighbor had me watching his apartment, stay right next door. I was dealing with a girl in the apartments, and as I walked back to my house, the guy was sitting on the step. I went up to the second floor. He was at the middle of the step. Time I got up the step, police, pulled up and arrested both of us. I explained to them that I lived the next door. The guy had just left to want to go out of town because he was going fishing. And they arrested me, even though I showed them paperwork and stuff like that. They dropped the charge. And I actually lost my apartment. I had to move back to Louisiana, and that was 2009. It took them years, and I was working for DirecTV at the time in Texas. Somebody passed by my vehicle and knocked my side mirror off my direct van. State trooper came in Hugh Springs, Texas, and they ran my name and said that there was a warrant out for my arrest. So, good thing the officer was nice. He let me drive my DirecTV van to the police station. They put me in, and I had to go back and forth to Houston. Actually, I was working every time I would go. I would work while I was down there for court, and they gave me a fine for trespass.
And that was in 2013.
Yes, around that time. Yeah, because it happened in 2008, but they dropped it and then they picked it up without me knowing. Because I guess they might have sent the letters to the apartment, but they had kicked me out the apartment because they thought I broke into the next door neighbors. They had me charged with something else at first.
Because it says you were arrested in 2013.
13?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they picked it back up.
Okay.
That was the 2013 when the mirror got knocked off my van.
Okay. And on the burglary, we only talked about the roof burglary.
Mm-hmm.
How many burglaries did
It
you?
was 2. It was in a week of time. It was okay, so I'm trying to think, this was a long time ago. A guy that I grew up with, I had when I was a juvenile, we used to do crazy stuff, break into different things like that. We got arrested. Nothing happened because we were minors. Met back up with him, I guess, after he got out of Tallulah. And I didn't know that he was breaking into businesses and stuff like that. And like I said, I was on the street, so we went and broke into a tractor store and broke in a penny machine and stole the pennies and old laptops, stuff like that. And once we left out, we got arrested right down the road. And then I got arrested for that, then got out, and then that's what happened with the store going to the roof.
Okay. What about Hall's Glass
Oh,
and Spears Cycle?
that was the
And
stuff that's what I was talking about. That was the stuff he was doing before I even was around him.
And the UPS store and
That
Freeman's
was-
office supply.
Yeah, that was the place the place that we broke into was the tractor store. That was the only thing I did with him. He did all that stuff prior to me knowing that he had did it. I didn't find out that stuff until I was in jail. They just kept on bringing me papers about more charges they had put on me from that. But they found all the stuff in his possession.
Did you plead guilty to all those?
I honestly don't remember.
And I think you pled guilty to 5 counts.
Yeah. So, yeah, yes, sir, because I got the drug court.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I was drug court.
It was
But I was just concerned about the 2013 thing, and you explained that away, but the 5 counts of burglary is different than the one count of burglary for me.
yeah, I understand. Like I said, he was out doing all that stuff before I had met up with him, so I didn't know anything about it until after. And the lawyer that I had was doing so much of a terrible job. My aunt, which was tax assessor of Natchez, had to fire him because he was trying to get me to plead for something I didn't do. So, but the lawyer that she brought in, they're like, the only way you get out of jail right now, or we'll have to sit there and wait, is plead for that guilty on the burglary and do the drug court stuff.
Okay, that's just, okay.
So as part of that plea also, you were ordered to pay a fine of $1,000. Did you pay that fine?
The 2013 thing?
in the, for the simple burglary in Natchitoches. It says, you were ordered to pay $1,000 fine, but the sheriff's office couldn't find any record of any payment being made. So do you remember doing that?
I was paying, because I was on probation in Shreveport. While I was in probation on probation in Natchitoches, and then I transferred to Shreveport. I was paying stuff that they gave me the department until I paid everything off. Because I went and signed over for the first time in the department at the probation office in Shreveport. So they would I had I think like one more payment before they would sign over the payment for the first time in the department.
All right, so because it says it was noted that that Charles had not paid the $1,000 fine in its entirety as of the date your probation expired.
That's great. So they wouldn't even give me the first time I've been to Portland when I first got off of it until I finished paying it off through the street for probation parole.
Any other questions?
Okay.
I think we're prepared to vote. Mrs. Stapleton?
Okay, well, my vote today, Mario, is to grant your request for pardon with firearms. And I think you've done, thank goodness, extremely well with your life. All of that had happened 20 years ago and 21 years ago, in fact, in 2004, as far as the clothing store. And then the incident in 2013, yeah, I saw that there was a plea bargain made with that too. So that's going to be my recommendation, to grant with pardon with firearms.
Mr. Prater?
My vote's to deny.
Mr. Freeman?
My vote is to grant with firearm.
Mr. Tillis?
My vote is to grant with firearms.
My vote would be to grant your pardon with firearms, but I need proof that you paid that fine. It's gonna be up to you to verify that. So you've received the required 4 votes to grant your request, but we will not submit it to the governor until you show proof that you've paid that fine.
Okay.
Okay?
So,
You'll help to figure that out.
Yeah, I think I get it.
All right, good morning. We are now at Dixon Correctional Institute. Warden, would you and your staff please introduce yourself?
Good morning, happy new year, Dusty Bickle Ward,
Donald Cavalier classification.
Curtis Thurman Mental Health. That's it today.
All right, well, thank you. We have Mr. Scott there before us. Mr. Scott, good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC name.
Then Michael Scott, 363713.
All right, Mr. Scott. So let me let you know, we have some folks here with us in Baton Rouge. We have your sister, Tawana, T. Darrell, and your brother and your Aunt Gilda who are here, and they all want to talk for you, and we'll call on them in a few minutes to do so. We also have the parole project is here, Mr. Blake. So first, let me just read some identifying information into the record. Mr. Scott, you are classified as a first felony offender. You're currently serving a life sentence for a second-degree murder conviction. You were sentenced in February 1996 in Orleans Parish. Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your case was assigned to Mr. Prater, so I'm going to turn it over to him.
Okay, Mr. Scott, how are you today?
I'm doing good, sir.
Okay, well, it's good to talk to you. I need to get I want to get to know more about you, and I want you to start out by telling me why you're there, what you did to get yourself there, what you done since you've been there, and why you think we ought to let you out earlier than what your sentence prescribes, or why we should recommend that you be let out earlier.
I was informed, well, and being, excuse me for a minute, I heard Charlie jumping right now. I was informed by my brother when I was coming up there, Mr. Kennedy out of the victim had been abusing my brothers and sisters. And 1-year-old was being abused and broken up by his actions. And my 16-year-old brother got me on my sleep, woke me up at the days I've been working, and had me to went over there and took the law into our own hands. That I feel like it wasn't the right decision to do, but my anger and my emotions that took over me at the time of this incident that happened. And I'm sorry for the victim family, Mr. Kennedy, that we had to put his people through so much pain and hurt that we had to wind up killing him for something that his actions caused him to do, and our action caused us to pursue what we did as I'm coming up. And I'm very truly sorry that that situation had to occur in our family, because I would never meant for this to happen. If I had to do it all over again, I would let the law take it into their own hands for that situation to be occurred, for me not to be sitting here right here with y'all at this moment. And furthermore, and since I've been locked up, I learned a lot. I learned how to control my emotions and my anger, on how to deal with situations that occur, to be lawful and mindful of the things that I do and the things that I did since I've been incarcerated.
Okay. Is that your statement for now? We'll come back and ask you some questions in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Warden, what do you say about this fella? Tell us about him.
He's been here a little while. He came to DCI because of dialysis. He was at LSP and he came to DCI because of dialysis. Been here with us for a few years. Had a few little minor infractions, but, he's really kind of stayed off the radar here recently, to tell you the truth.
Okay. All right. And Warden, when did he get there about?
Right now,
I mean, within the last 2 years?
he's been out to
13.
13, so he's been here a while.
Got there in 13?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I have that he's had 66 disciplines, and the latest was in 22.
It was, yeah, that, in 22, he had a low court write-up, it looks like and I was looking at it while we were talking, and if I'm not mistaken, that particular one was his bed inspection was not, a clean bed area. So we got a write-up for that.
Okay. All right.
On the 22 one, he had one moving during count in 23, which was another low court write-up. And I think the one prior to that, the last high court write-up I see on his record here on this side was in 20 for a fight.
Okay. All right. Well, we can talk about that in a little bit. Did you have anything else to say, Mr. Warden, about him?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Let's before we get into questions or anything, we're gonna hear from the folks that are gonna be supportive of this, of you getting this this approved. And they're here. One is your sister, one's your brother, and one's your aunt. And I think they're all going to speak. And so I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. Who would like to speak first? If you'd go to the podium, and introduce yourself, please.
Stand up.
Yes, sir, please. And introduce yourself very loudly and speak for a couple of minutes and tell us what you think about this fella.
I'm T. Darryl Scott. I'm the brother that was at 6 years old when I ran away from the house and did child abuse and smothered and whooped. I'm the one who ran away from the house and went told my other brothers that called him on the phone and told him. So I'm the one here to support it. I remember the whole story from that day 3 years ago to now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one, if I don't tell them that, they never be in prison. So I'm here now, my life changed and it left all my life from that because I heard every day from when I tell them that. And I ain't able to be there for them. I was supposed to draw this whole time, not knowing this would happen in prison and how prison go. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to do whatever I gotta do to get them back and support them. Living like my son, I graduated from St. Paul, single father, raising my daughter. So I'm doing a lot. I'm all type of advocate for advocate people, judges, everything in the city, doing stuff to try to make things different. I'm tired of a lot of people that help me help him to make things better. And you know, I just want to see my brother home. Whatever I had to do to support him, like I'm here now. I'm gonna be here every time, whatever it take. I feel like my brother don't know me much deserve that because if I don't tell him that, we not his kids, so you smothering us, you plan on touching my sister, you broke my brother arm, so I feel like that's my own help. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want that to happen like that, but that happened. You feel me? I'll be honest with y'all, I feel like the guy deserved that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me ask a couple of questions. So you were 6 years old at the time, and you called your older brother to tell him that the deceased fella, the one that got shot, was abusing your little brother.
No, all of us. Like we be in the room
using all of the little kids. And so then that brother that you told called him, and the two of them took business into their own hands.
So he ain't done nothing. He never shot at nothing. He was just there. My other brother, when we went in there, he said he told him, get them and bring them in a car. When he asked the guy, why you do this to my little brother? No, he said,
okay, let's not get into the case itself, because that's, you weren't there and I wasn't there.
I was there. I was there right there when everything happened. I was there.
Oh, okay. Okay, I apologize. I didn't think you was there.
No, I wasn't there. I was.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you. That helps me. That helps me that you said everything that you said to support it.
Let me ask you a question. You said you regret telling your brother that?
Yeah, because I regret it because I miss him. Like I miss my brother. Like it's like I hold it on my heart. Like I told him that that's what I got to like. That's how I feel.
Did you tell the truth?
Yes, I told the truth.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It's the same truth right now. I'm telling you now, man. I was 6 years old. I can tell you the entire story from then to now. It ain't changed because of the mark on my heart.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Who would like to speak next? Please,
Forgive me.
please introduce yourself if you would, please, ma'am.
Michael Scott. I'm Michael Scott. Hey, G. I'm after his mama.
Okay.
No, outside. My name is, I'm Michael Scott. I'm Michael J. Scott, AT. My name is Gilda Ann Wilson. I'm the fourth child. I'm after his mama. Michael was never a child that Pop Mama child. He played in the band. He done the choir. If anybody asks him to do something, he'll do it. He ain't get no problem at all. He was he was never a child problem. He always was another person go for him. And I feel that he's been away so long, and I think that he deserves a chance. And you know,
Ma'am, why don't you take a break? You can sit down if you think it's.
I wanna talk, but I feel the Lord sent me here to talk, to help him out. So you gotta forgive me, I'm gonna stop crying.
Well, that's okay. We,
Go back to it. Well, like I said, Mike, that was no problem child. He always, anything somebody asked him to do, he would do it. Like I said, he played in a band, he was in a choir. But a very respectful person. Very. And I feel like he deserves, the right, he deserves his time, and he deserves it. And he have a love, people that love him. His brother, he got more brothers and sisters. And I feel like,
that's apparent that y'all love him a lot. Y'all are very supportive.
We love him. We really do love him.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Let's move on then. All right, let's. Okay, next person.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Salon Scott, the sister of Michael Scott, James Scott. I believe my brother get a second chance of his life by his being on dialysis, and I always been there for him. I left off, I picked up what my grandpa left off, and when my grandpa deceased, my grandpa was taking care of him, and I picked up where he left off at. And I think my brother deserves a second chance in his life. And I'm in a it's a program that I'm in to they're supporting me to support him. And I'm in a program for him, and they helping me to get him home. And I go when I'm able to go when I'm old. It's called Rides. And I think my brother deserves another second chance.
Okay.
Because he never was a problem child, he never got in no type of trouble. He liked the band, he went to Job Corps. His stuff around the house, he never was an outgoing person. He always stayed inside, went to the store, went by relative, everybody loved him. Anything they asked him for, he gave them his shirt off the back, shoes on the feet. He did what a normal person is supposed to do, and I think he deserves a second chance.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you coming up and those words. We appreciate it. Mr. Channing Blake, it says that you're not going to speak on here, but I'd still like to know if you're gonna, if y'all are willing to take him on and that sort of thing. What would you tell us?
Good morning to this honorable board. Channing Blake with Louisiana Parole Project. Should the board grant him a favorable recommendation, we're going to provide him reentry services that include transitional housing, along with healthcare guidance and connections. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. Okay, Mr. Scott, let me talk to you again. Mr. Scott, I'm concerned a little bit about the number of disciplines that you've had. Normally, we see these disciplines occur, when you first get to an institution, and they continue for a few years until you really decide that you're going to be different and you're going to live the kind of life that you're supposed to live in there. But yours kind of continued a while. Could you tell me what, especially like a person your age that's been there that long and getting into a fight, I know it's been 4 years ago, but tell me about that.
And so my first time ever being locked up, ever being in trouble, I was trying to get adjusted to the environment that I came from, that I was never used to. And I was going the course of me trying to get adjusted to the environment. I was having difficult problems with different situations that I was coming in contact with, trying to avoid not fighting, trying to avoid certain things. And it caused me to react to things that people would come at me with. And over the years of me being incarcerated, I learned how to control my anger, and I learned how to control my emotions by trying to talk myself out of a situation, trying not to get into a bad situation and make myself more resilient and more proper than what I am now to this day. For the time I've been locked up.
And what kind of programs have you had that have helped you the most?
Anger management and discipline.
Okay. All right. Let me look at my notes here and see if there's anything else I want to ask you about. We weren't able to contact any of the victims' relatives that I see. The Attorney General's opposed. The sheriff and the DA take no position. That's their position always in New Orleans. And the COP is opposed. Okay, that's how old are you, Mr. Scott?
15.
Okay. All right. Madam Chairman, that's all the questions I have.
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, how long have you been incarcerated?
31 years, sir.
How many?
31.
31. And you feel that you've changed now?
Yes, sir. I feel like I've changed the whole hell of dramatic change in my life. I feel like prison learned the situation that I caused myself in, learned me how to adapt to people and adapt to certain circumstances that I've been going through a lifetime.
This was the first time you was in serious trouble?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What would you plan to do if you were released?
I plan to go out there and do my best, helping sure not to be caught up in the situation that I'm caught up in, and help the community, and to strive on people to not to do bad things and worse things that I've been caught up in.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. While I'm reading the summary, I want to make sure that I have it right in my mind. That this was your brother that went back. I want to make sure that, and you went with him to the house, and he had been there early. Is that correct?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that there was a 2-year-old child that had been taken to the hospital that had been beaten.
Yes, ma'am.
Seems like your sister, someone said the child had been beaten with a stick, and then later she was also charged with the child abuse. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so the summary that I'm reading is that people say the other person, you're a co-defendant. Am I correct on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that the other person that was there is the person that actually shot the man. Is that what you're saying happened also, Craig?
Yes, ma'am.
Craig actually shot the person, but you were there with him.
Yes, ma'am.
That's how the summary is writing it. And I wanted to make sure, and there was another witness at the time that was 14 years old and says the same thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Were present, but it was Craig who was holding a gun and shot
Yes,
Kenneth.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then later on, Ms. Scott, she did plead guilty to charges of child abuse. But she was released, she said she did that so she could be released to take care of her children, and that Kenneth Allen had beaten her son.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what started all of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just want to make sure I read it right.
Let me clarify. The autopsy showed a 38 caliber and a 9mm bullet in this man.
Yes, sir.
You shot also, did you not?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Gotcha.
that's the part
Yeah,
that,
he said.
that's the part that kind of, that I wanted to make sure everybody understood, because that's why I was
Good,
wondering about some of the things we've heard today.
right, the co-defendant.
Both of y'all shot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to make that clear.
Mr. Freeman.
Okay, I was looking at your write-up since we brought that up, and I see no intoxications and no real bad ones except for the contraband. What was the contraband, Warden? Was it any dope or anything like that, or was it cell phones?
The ones I looked at, and I didn't go back through them all, but the last one or two that I saw were cell phones.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Scott, I don't see any other questions. I think we're prepared to vote, Mr. Prater.
It's a tough one. This is kind of tough. It's kind of, why did you shoot? That's what, I know we're supposed to be voting now, but if you're such a good guy, why did you shoot also? And why'd you carry a gun over?
At the time, sir, I was angry and then my emotions took the best of me on protecting my loved ones. And I wasn't in fear for this to happen the way it happened, but it happened. And I knew I was wrong for taking the law into my own hands to way for protecting my little brother. I heard him and the victim family, and I'm sorry for Kenneth Allen.
Well, I'm concerned, I'm concerned with the number of disciplines you've had and how recent some of them have been in the whole scheme of things. And I'm concerned that it took me really prying to get the fact out that you had shot also. And those things are kind of make me believe you are pretty impulsive. And when you get angry, you're impulsive. And you even premeditated by carrying a gun over there. And my vote is to deny. Sorry.
Mr. Freeman.
My vote is to grant. You need to hush. My vote is to grant. My vote is to grant and commute to 99 years.
Mr. Tillis.
My vote also is to grant.
Mrs. Stapleton.
My vote is also to grant 99 years with immediate, but I do also agree with Mr. Prater, because when I was reading one part of the summary and I didn't mention the second part, which was that that both shot Kenneth Allen, which resulted in his death. You didn't bring that up. You went right along with it. It was okay for me to believe the one part of the summary, which really just focused on your brother killing him. So, but you served many, many years. And so I am gonna agree with Mr. Freeman on this.
My vote today, Mr. Scott, is going to be, I agree with Mr. Prater. I'm concerned about your disciplinary record. I noticed that the last time you filed an application, the application didn't get processed because of disciplinary issues. And you had one just a little over 3 years ago. I know it's a low court write-up, but the rule doesn't distinguish whether it's high court or low court. So my vote today is going to be to deny your application. You're still young enough. You got some time to reapply. Good luck to you, sir. But today your application is being denied. All right, we are now convening at the State Police Barracks. Good morning, Captain. Would you introduce yourself for the record?
Good morning, Patrick Washington, State Police Barracks.
All right, thank you, sir. We have joining us, we have the Parole Project, Mr. Channing Blake, Mr. Goodley's wife, Capricia, and Michael Palmer are friends. So, Mr. Goodley, would you introduce yourself? Tell us, for the record, your name and DOC number.
Kevin Goodley, 411-386.
All right, Mr. Goodley, you're here today seeking a commutation of your sentence. You're serving a life sentence. You were sentenced in April 2000 to a life sentence for second-degree murder in St. Lindsay Parish. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your case this morning has been assigned to Mr. Prater. I'm going to turn it over to him.
Yes, sir. Are you having a good day today?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm a little nervous.
Yes, sir. I'd be nervous too. I'd be nervous just being on YouTube or TV or talking to everybody make me nervous. Just loosen up if you can and talk to me like it's just me and you in the room, okay? And I want to know what you did to get you where you are and why you feel like that you're worthy of getting another chance at being out of jail. What kind of programming you've taken and that sort of thing. And then I'm gonna ask the captain to fill me in a little bit there too, also what he's got to say before we talk to your supporters. But so go ahead, try to relax a little bit there, Kevin, and tell me about yourself.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I would like to take the time to apologize to Mr. Elton Dupree family. I would like to say that I'm truly sorry for the pain and loss I caused. I know that there are no words that can ease that pain and loss, but I do hope that they find healing and peace. I made Mr. Dupree the victim of a crime he did not deserve, and no one should have to endure. I know that there are no words that can take away the hurt and pain I have caused, but I'm sorry. On October 21st, 1998, my cousin Mac Tisano and I thought about ways to get some money to pay our bills. At the time, I've been living with a friend and was struggling financially. I lost my job offshore. I was trying to make ends meet. Robbery came up without a specific place, so I even gave it serious consideration. However, on this day, I mentioned Dupree's grocery store in St. Landry Parish. At this time, Mac wanted to go to the store and see what it looked like, to scope it out. In other words, my rifle was already in the back seat. I never imagined going through it with the armed robbery. When we pulled up to the store, there was nobody moving around the store. Mac and I sat in the car for a few minutes talking about what we could do and seeing if anybody was coming or gone. A short time later, I went inside to see who was in there. Mr. Dupree was the only person in the store, and Mr. Dupree was asleep. I walked around a little to see if Mr. Dupree would wake, but he did not. I picked up a case of antifreeze, walked to the counter like I was going to buy the antifreeze. Mr. Dupree still didn't wake up. So I started for the door quietly, expecting to hear Mr. Dupree say, "Where are you going?" without paying for the antifreeze. When I go to the car, Max asked who was in the store. I said, one old man, he was sleeping. Max screamed at me and said, "That's all you got with some antifreeze." I didn't say nothing. I grabbed my rifle off the back seat, pulled his hoodie over his head tight. I wanted to stop him, but I froze. Mac flew into the store. Took a while. Before I could get a good look, I heard the gunshot and turned and ran for my car because this wasn't the plan. Mac was running out the store and I didn't know if Mr. Dupree shot at him or May shot at Mr. Dupree. We drove a few miles down. We drove a few more miles down the road, and I asked him what happened, and May said that Mr. Dupree was dead and gave me $14. I take full responsibility for my part in the death of Mr. Dupree. I'm very remorseful for the pain I caused everyone. Since my incarceration, I had taken the time to rehabilitate myself, attending many programs and classes such as Cage and Rage. In this course, I learned how to control my anger, which was part of me making this interaction decision by reacting instead of responding. Had I responded other than reacted to my situation, Mr. Dupree might still be here. Cage and Rage taught me to control my emotions, not let them control me. I also attended victim awareness, and this program was most impactful to my life. It helped me understand the impact of my crime on Mr. Dupree's family. And his community in ways I did not know. I understand that my action had taken a life, but victim awareness made me realize I took more than just a life. Just one, it took so much more and brought pain, trauma, fear to an entire community. I'm thankful for this program because I will forever be remorseful for the pain I caused. And couldn't imagine take someone's life.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to you in just a little bit and ask you a few questions. Some of my board member friends might be asking you some questions in a little bit too, but I'd like to hear what the captain has to say about your behavior since he's known you and how long he's known you. Cap?
Thank you, Mr. Prater. I appreciate y'all giving us the opportunity to be present this morning. Since Kevin has been here, he actually preceded me. He's been here 6 years. I've only been here 4.5. In that time, Kevin has shown a very persistent character. Anytime we ask him to do things, he's willing to do it. And even at his age, we recently had a opening in our garage here on the compound and needed somebody to fill it in. And Kevin doesn't have any or did not have any mechanical skills, but he volunteered. And in doing so has learned how to, I won't say he's a mechanic, but I will say he's learned some skills that he didn't have prior to going to work in the garage. One of his supervisors actually wanted to speak here today, but we don't usually allow anyone in the room that's not a part of this direct staff. So, but I'm sure the letters from his current supervisors and other people have come in. His character it speaks for himself. He's been consistent the whole time he's been here, and he's willing to learn. Even at 51 years old, he's still willing to learn new things, and I applaud that. And again, thank y'all for your time this morning.
Okay, thank you, Captain. Be sure and pass on the word that those letters did make it, and we on the board have all read those letters. And so thank you, your staff, for that. And we appreciate it. Okay, let's move on to the supporters now before we get into.
Yes, Captain, a question.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Captain Washington, you say you've only known him 4 years?
4.5, yes, sir.
And how long was he there prior to you getting there?
He's been here 6 years.
6 years, okay.
Yes,
That's what I need. That's good.
Okay, let's see, we'll take them as they're listed then. Mr. Blake, Channing Blake, would you tell us what Louisiana Parole Project is willing to do before we move on?
Yes, sir. Good morning to this honorable board. Channing Blake with Louisiana Parole Project, appearing on behalf of Mr. Kevin Goodley. Because of the programming and the classes he's taken, his disciplinary record being good, his faith-based programming, and the fact that he was a member of Toastmasters, we've accepted him into our program. Should the board give him a favorable recommendation today, we're going to offer him transitional housing, employment assistance, along with consumer skills and more. He will also be assigned to a reentry specialist that's going to mentor him through his reentry process. So based upon his record in rehabilitation, we ask that you grant him a favorable recommendation today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, and thank you for the work that y'all do for the folks. Okay, let's move on to Miss Capricia Goodley, who is the wife. Miss Goodley, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, would you tell us why you feel like that he's worthy of getting out and what you're willing to do to support him? And limit it to a couple of minutes for us, please, ma'am.
Okay, first of all, good morning, members of the board. My name is Capricia Goodley. I am Kevin's wife, and I would just like to say thank you for giving me this moment to share from my heart. I've known Kevin for over 36 years, in which he's been incarcerated for over 27, most of his adult life. In that time, I've watched him grow from a young man into a wise, humble, and caring person. He has faced his past with honesty and has worked tirelessly to change. He's taken classes, helped others inside, and rebuilt himself from the inside out. After all these years, he's not the same man who entered those gates. He's learned the value of family, of time, and of doing right by others. Our family has stood by him, and we're ready to welcome him home with open arms. We have a stable home, love, a strong support system waiting for him. Thank you again for your time, for listening and careful consideration, and allowing us the opportunity to be heard. We trust in God's grace and respectfully and humbly ask for your mercy and your compassion.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate those words. And we had someone else that was going to speak, but they had not checked in on Zoom. I'll check with the staff to see if by chance okay. You did have another Michael Palmer, but he's having some problems and didn't get zoomed in. Okay. You told us a story. Did the co-defendant, who was that, your cousin?
Yes.
Okay. He's the one that actually used your gun and shot the fella?
Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay, and the man was asleep in the chair. You went out and alerted him that he was asleep in the chair. He got the gun, went in and shot him, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then robbed him. How much money did y'all get?
$28.
$28?
Yes.
Okay, so each of you got $14, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, and then what'd you do with the gun?
What I do with it?
Yes.
Stayed in my car.
Okay, it was in the car when the police got it, correct?
Right.
Okay. Okay, the judge, the DA, and the sheriff are opposed, and the victims, we have some other opposition. You've served what, 28 years? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
28 years of a life sentence. Okay, I'm gonna see if the fellow board members have some questions.
I got a question. I'm a little confused here now. So you went in, come back out, cousin went back in with the gun and shot.
Yes, sir.
Well, when did you tell him not to shoot him? You were in that store when he shot him.
No, sir.
Well, how did you tell him don't shoot him? It's in the arrest report that you stated, I told him do not shoot him.
Well, at the time, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. At the time I was scared, maybe I did, or maybe I didn't.
Okay. Well, it just, I mean, that kind of concerns me because, it point blank says, I told him, don't shoot him. Okay, I have no further questions.
I've got a question. When you were speaking to us earlier, explain to me that you went in there and the man was sleeping. He never did wake up. So then you go outside and the guy named Mac, he was behind the wheel, or were you behind the wheel? Who drove up to Dupree's?
I drove.
You drove, then you got out and you went into the store. Mac stayed in the vehicle, or did he stay at the door waiting for you to come out?
I went inside, got some antifreeze. I seen the old man sleeping. Someone was sleeping in the chair. I got some antifreeze off the shelf, came back out, and that's it. Say that's all you got. And I'm like, yeah, that's all I had.
So then Mac reached into the back of the vehicle, got the rifle, and he went back in?
Yes, ma'am. Before I could react.
And what did you do when he went back in? Did you get out of the vehicle to follow him? And
No, ma'am, I didn't.
you didn't? Okay. All right. Well, we've got a statement from somebody earlier that day that she had taken Mr. Dupree to the bank and that he had a large sum of money that she saw him put in his shirt pocket, that it was visible. You know anything about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
There's another.
I just want to read this. Goodley stated they used his gun and that he needed to get rid of it. Goodley told her that he told his cousin not to shoot, but he did. That's his statement. Your statement.
Yeah.
It's hearsay. I mean, it's to your cousin, but that's the statement.
Mr. Goodley, how are you?
All right, and you, sir.
Good. I see you've taken a lot of classes. Which one impacted you the most?
Well, I have to say victim awareness. Victim awareness, it helped me understand the impact of the crime I did not know. Mr. Dupree family, the community in ways, I understand that my action had taken in life, but victim awareness made me realize I took more than just one life. It took so much more and brought pain, trauma, and fear into the entire community. I will forever be thankful for this program, for the hurt and pain I caused. I couldn't imagine taking someone's life.
It appeared to me that you are a little remorseful, and I appreciate that. Where were you housed at before you came to Captain Washington?
Sir?
Where were you housed? Where were you housed?
Angola.
How long did you stay in Angola?
21 years.
At what point do you think you felt that you want to change your life?
From the time I walked in prison.
When you were incarcerated. So if you're released, what are your plans? What do you plan to do?
What I plan to do, go to work. One I have a friend of mine that's in the construction business, and I'll be working with him from like 1 to 6 months to a year, and from there I plan to get my go offshore 2 to 5 years maybe. Then from there I go try to get my CDL license, get my own rig.
How far did you go and how much education do you have?
High school diploma.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right. I have no more questions.
So, Mr. Goodley, you filed your application in 2023. That's the date we have on it. And did you have a lawyer at that time?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Because we did continue your case in June. It was at your request, but you said your attorney had said it would be in your best interest to ask for us to reschedule your case.
Yes, ma'am.
So who was the attorney that you referenced then?
That was the parole project.
Okay. So who completed your application? Did you do that or did you have help doing that?
Well, I had help with it.
Okay. And the reason I ask that question is the application says, kind of implies that you're eligible under the Avery Alexander law for a pardon recommendation.
Okay.
And it says that it references the Ramos decision. Yours was a non-unanimous jury. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so the application references the Ramos decision, which speaks to the non-unanimous jury being unconstitutional. And then the application said that that decision was used to convict and sentence you to life imprisonment. But I want to make it clear that you were sentenced for second-degree murder, having nothing to do with Ramos. I just wanted to put that on the record because there seemed to be some misunderstanding of what that meant. I don't have any other questions. Is the board prepared to vote?
I just have one thing to add. I did want to add the fact that, as you said, Mr. Jeffrey, he didn't wake up, but he was a 90-year-old man. There was no way he could hurt anyone, chase anybody down, do anything. I mean, it was totally a brutal crime.
All right, we're prepared to vote, Mr. Prater.
Yes, I think you've got a good attitude and you're doing good. And captain speaks up for you and says you got a good work ethic and willing to learn new things and do whatever's asked of you. And that's appreciated and that is noted and acknowledged, as is the work of the parole project being willing to take you. But because you were 24 years old when this occurred, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because of the age that you were when it occurred, because of law enforcement, judicial, and most importantly, victim opposition, and that you've only served, I say only served, I know 28 years is a long time, but you were given life without parole. But you've served 28 years of a life sentence on a very brutal crime. My vote is to deny.
Mr. Freeman,
I concur.
Mr. Tillis.
My vote is going to be to grant. And it appears you've really made a change. I hope that you get your life together and continue with a positive attitude. Being there at the with Captain Washington's facility, it appears that I know it takes a lot to get there, and if you've been keeping your nose clean there, I think you need to get a chance.
Mrs. Stapleton.
I concur with Mr. Prater.
Mr. Goodley, I know too that you have only 2 write-ups in 28 years. That's pretty impressive. Hard to do, especially spending 21 years in Angola. I appreciate the remarks by the captain. My vote would be the same as Mr. Tillis to commute your sentence to 99 years with immediate parole eligibility. However, you got a split vote, so you didn't get what you needed. You needed 4 favorable votes to get a favorable recommendation. That didn't happen for you today, so keep doing what you're doing, reapply when you can. You're young enough to do so. I do wish you well. Good luck, sir.
Where? Because there's an.
Right, right there.
I don't know what to do, like.
It looks like we're on. We're just waiting on them to come on. Like this is their,
It ain't come on.
yeah, whenever they come on, it'll show.
Jesse, you think you got enough highlighters?
All right, now we're on.
Hello.
So here now at East Baton Rouge Parish, with the staff there at East Baton Rouge. Introduce yourself for the record, please.
Marlon Robertson.
And the deputy there with you. Could you introduce?
I'm Warden Speedell. Good morning.
Warden Speedell, thanks for being with us this morning and
Yes, ma'am.
thanks for accommodating us. So, Mr. Robertson, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
Marlon Robertson, DOC number 397065.
And did you expect Mr. Norris Nash here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he on? We don't have, he has not signed on to Zoom yet. Are you ready to proceed without him, or what is your wish? Because he's not here with us.
He logging on.
Oh, he's logging on now. Okay, he's logging on now.
Yes, ma'am.
So while he's logging on, let me read some identifying information into the record. So, Mr. Robertson, you are classified as a third felony offender. You're currently serving an 18-year sentence. You were sentenced as a habitual offender in Iberia Parish in February of 2011 for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. You do not have a parole eligibility date, but you do have a mandatory release date on your good time date, which is July 17, 2027. Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your case this morning has been assigned to Mr. Freeman. Is Mr. Nash on? Not you. Before we get into it, we need to allow him to get in. You let me know when he's on. Oh, yeah. So your case has been assigned to Mr. Freeman. So before we get started, generally for commutation, we award parole eligibility. What are you asking us for today?
I'm asking for a pardon. I filed for a pardon in 2023.
So you want us you're not eligible for a pardon because you're still incarcerated. So what we would do for you would be to commute your sentence.
Okay.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Robertson, tell us what happened and be totally truthful. You've done 15 years on an 18-year sentence,
Yes,
which
sir.
I think they gave you 2 and they habitual offended you to 18. Is that correct?
They gave me 12.
Oh, okay. So they gave you 12 and then they upped it to 18. Okay.
Yeah, they vacated the 12 and gave me 18.
Okay, well, tell me, what happened? And be totally honest, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. I was outside on the phone it was maybe about 2:30, 3 o'clock. In my neighborhood, I was outside of a girl house that I was dating, and I seen a gun in the ditch, and I picked the gun up and it went off and shot me in the hand. And after the gun shot me in the hand, I went to the hospital and they did an investigation and, found out that I was
victim help.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a whole bunch of questions I'm gonna ask you, but first I want to see what the warden has to say.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Norris Nash.
Okay, Warden, what do you have to tell us about?
Marlon's been here a couple of months now, and he's been my laundry all ever since he's been sent to TWP. He's been doing a great job, no problem, no write-ups. He also has a little welding skill with him. He fixed several things around here with his skill. He's been a good guy so far since he's been with me.
Okay, thank you, Warden. And your attorney, do you want to speak now?
He still hadn't gotten.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna ask Mr. Robertson some questions. Okay, Mr. Robertson, so you're in work release now. They hadn't put you on a permanent job yet?
No, my eligibility for work release is July of 26.
Okay, so they just have you there as an orderly until you meet your eligibility date, okay? So you really found the gun in a ditch?
I found it in the ditch. I was outside talking. Like I said, it was about 2:30 in the morning. I was outside talking. I just came from the club. I was under the influence.
Be some questions, okay? So
yeah, I was under the influence and didn't check to see. I picked the gun up and it went off. Shot me in the hand.
You have a pretty bad criminal history. So what has changed? I seen you taking 405 days of good time classes. Which one of those classes you think put you headed in the right direction?
All of them. I believe that I needed psychological change. I needed, my way of thinking was disturbed before I, started this incarceration. So I really feel like every psychological class that I took was very helpful to me. Most of all, I believe that Celebrate Recovery was the greatest one I could have ever took because it helped me to see who God is. I didn't know God before I started my incarceration, but I was able to gain a relationship with God through that program. But for the most part, all the programs helped me, every last one of them.
Okay. I have no more questions for you. Is your attorney on yet? Is he in?
Is he in? I'm calling him again.
Does my fellow board members have any questions?
I have no questions.
Yeah, I'm ready to vote.
We're trying to get in touch with Norris Nash now.
Yes, ma'am.
Apparently, he's having some technical issues.
Oh, another program really helped me out if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
No, we don't mind.
I took I was a welder before my incarceration. I've been welding for 30 years now. I started welding when I was 17, maybe about 29 years. And when I was at DeQuincy before I came here. And when I went to the STEP program, because I was in the STEP program, they allowed me to get my reader certification for welding. And after that, they granted me the ability to be able to be instructor at the VOTEC. And I really think that helped me out a whole lot because it helped my work ethics, to reach back to people and, help people, get the trade. That helped me out a whole lot, just to be able to help somebody, become a better person, because it actually helped me to become a better person. It all that played a major part in me becoming the better person that I am now. That's all I wanted to say.
Can we talk to him on the phone?
He trying to undo his candidate.
What are your plans if you're released?
My plans is to either go work pipeline if I'm able to, or to go, you know, I'm gonna go well pipeline, or I'm gonna go back to the facility, to the company that I worked at, which was Dynamic Industries. I worked there for years, maybe like 6 years. So either it's gonna be pipeline, or I'm going back to the oil field. Most definitely go back to the oil field and well.
I do want to mention that when I look at the summary, your criminal history was pretty significant. You had domestic abuse battery, you had driving while intoxicated, and then twice with firearm by convicted felon and distribution, cocaine, resisting arrest. But let me ask you something. You didn't mention anything about driving while intoxicated. So you must have had a drinking problem during that time. Have you, I know you got to celebrate recovery. That's wonderful. And I tell you, when you're a VOTEC instructor, you probably feel you're in a leadership position to guide people. And I think that that probably would make a big difference in someone's life, because if you fail, you let a lot of people down who believe in you. And sometimes that's what people need to go forward on the path. So I'm really happy to hear about that for you. And a welder's job, golly, you really have a lot of opportunities with that nowadays. So that's a really good profession. So I'm happy for all the changes in your life that you've made. But significantly, the drinking, which you said was what got you in trouble 16 years ago, what have you taken since then to now to prevent that from ever happening to you again?
I have took AA classes. You know, I volunteered to take AA classes. Then they put me in AA when I was in the STEP program. So, you know, I take accountability for, you know, my drinking, but I realized that my drinking ultimately caused me to maybe make bad decisions in life. You know, so I realize now that that's something that I can't do, because if I do that, it probably ultimately make me make a bad decision again.
Very good.
Mr. Nash, is there, we have concluded our interview. We'd like your input now, Mr. Nash.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Madam Chairman and members of the board. I am Pastor Nash, and it's an honor for me to speak on behalf of Mr. Robinson. I have been in contact with him for the past 3 to 4 years. In addition to all of his accomplishments, which he's done while incarcerated, the most important thing is the fact that he has submitted his total existence to God. Now, I know that he has had a drinking problem, but AA cannot do what God can. And I know that Mr. Robinson is over AA. He's over the alcoholism. He is ready to be returned to his home, to his family. And I want to apologize as well for his family not being, I don't know if she has talked, but his mother just got the call as I did. We normally get the call before right now, but thank God that we are here. I tell you that anything or anybody who has ever come in contact with God, they are never, ever going to be the same. And Mr. Robinson is not the same person today that he was 16 years ago. I asked the board for mercy, that you would consider and grant him the pardon, the commutation that he's looking for, and let him get started on his new life, his new walk with Christ and his family on the outside. His inside life clearly shows that he's ready. And I tell you that if he can live inside, report free for as long as he has, then surely he must be able to do so on the outside. So I thank each of you so much for giving me the opportunity and time to speak on his behalf. And God bless each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nash. I think the board is prepared to vote. Mr. Freeman?
Okay, my vote is to commute your sentence to my vote is to recommend to commute your sentence to 15 years with immediate parole eligibility.
Mr. Tillis?
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
Mrs. Stapleton?
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Prater?
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
As do I, sir. So I'm gonna, you got a unanimous vote to recommend that your sentence be commuted to 15 years with immediate parole eligibility. Good luck to you, sir.
But that
Thank y'all.
be said.
Yeah, we're gonna submit that to the governor for his consideration.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
All right, we are reconvening at Louisiana State Penitentiary with the staff, and Angola, please introduce yourself for the record.
Deputy Warden Rochelle Ambo.
Reginald Admiral classification.
Harmon Shipley, inmate records.
Okay, thank you. Are we ready? There he is.
All right,
Y'all can be right behind.
yes, and if
behind.
y'all will sit back here,
Okay.
okay? That'd be great. Oh, no, ma'am, yes, just so we can see you in the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
No? Oh.
Don't speak, you can speak from right there. Yes, sir.
Mr. Arnold, good morning.
We're talking to you.
Would you introduce yourself, tell us your name and DOC number?
They want you to introduce yourself and tell them your name and DOC number.
My name is Drew Arnold, 96979.
All right, let me acknowledge your guests you have there with you. You have friends, Kathy Neer and Richard Neer. Thank y'all for being there and support. And Mr. Richard has something to say. We'll ask you for your comments shortly. On Zoom, we have James Young, a nephew, and Lucille Young, a sister. And both of those folks want to speak also. We also have opposition. We have representing the victims, Sue McGowan, Jason McGowan, and Jason will be speaking at the appropriate time. We'll ask for his remarks. Warden Ambo, you may have to help me as I go through my preliminaries, reading the information because I need him to verify it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Mr. Arnold, you're classified as a first felony offender. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You are seeking a commutation of your sentence. You were sentenced in East Baton Rouge Parish in May of 1981 to a life sentence for second-degree murder. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
Your case has been assigned to Mr. Prater. I'm going to turn it over to him.
Okay, Mr. Arnold, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need you to tell me why you're there. What are you charged with?
I still don't said you.
He want to know why you here and what are you charged with?
While I'm here,
Yes.
hope for and pray that I get some relief, pardon board, so I maybe go home
What are you charged with?
and try to be a better person than I've worked all these years down here, no problems. And I don't really want to work, no problem anywhere else. I look around, see all these youngsters coming in here, and I want to tell you, there is a handful the security's got here, and it's good Lord willing, I get out of here. I plan on just doing what I can to prove that I'm a better person than I was when I got in here. I'm not the same person. We can't go back and change what I've been done. There's no way. I wish thousands, millions of times I could. Now today I don't go by, don't cross my mind what I could have done better to prevent it. But I know what I can do not to prevent it from being in that situation anymore. I can't undo what's been done, but I keep doing it again. And I'm just asking for a chance to prove that I can.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 78.
Okay. All right. Warden, let me talk to you a minute.
Okay.
What kind of what kind of fella has he been and what kind of programs has he taken? And tell us also, if you're the one to talk to, maybe somebody from medical there, but tell us what kind of problems. We're not gonna get much out of him on an interview, I don't think, but we'll try in a minute.
I can tell you that he's hard of hearing. And he lives in our Ash One dorm, which is for guys that has some type of disability. It's more like a healthcare dorm where the other offenders help them take care of themselves and stuff. As to what ailments he have, I don't have that in front of me, and I can't attest to that.
How long have you had him there?
He's been here his 45 years.
The whole time?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, well, I saw a number of medical conditions and you don't have that with you.
No, I don't have that in front of me. I can tell you that he has a catheter on right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it during
Mr.
our
Arnold, can you tell him what ailments that you're suffering from? What kind of illness that you have?
Well, I lost a toe, diabetic,
He has diabetes.
and I got
Time out. Time out.
Somebody said, okay.
Would you get somebody from medical to come down there and be able to tell us, because that's going to be an important aspect of my decision is, you know, we have to watch and protect the public, and if he's incapacitated, that could mean something. Is there anybody from medical could help
Yes, sir.
us?
I can get medical here. I can.
Or we can talk to him on the phone. If you have a number we can call, we can speak to him on the phone. It's gonna take them too long to come up.
Okay, I'll get them to call you on the phone then.
Well, don't put that on the record.
Me too.
They're gonna have them call in.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll continue on then. Thank you, Warden, Sister Warden, and we appreciate that.
I has entered the room.
I apologize, I'm late.
Well, we're gonna dock your pay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Appreciate you being there. I think we were just asking what kind of fella he was and what his behavior's been there, and we were interested in his medical, and we'll get that in a little bit when they call in. But we'll move on in the way of time. Let's go ahead and we're gonna hear from the ones that are in support and the ones that are in opposition of this request. The ones that are in opposition that we'll hear from is James Young and Lucille Young, who is with James Young. They're going to be Zooming and talking to us, and then we'll talk to Richard Near, who is there seated behind you. But let's talk to the Youngs first. And the Youngs are on Zoom, so go ahead and take it away there, the Youngs. Whichever one of y'all wants to talk first, introduce yourself. And let's try to limit it to a couple minutes because we've got several that want to talk in support.
I'm his nephew, James Young, and
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Thank you.
Well, we're really excited. We hope we can bring him home to visit and stay with us now. There's very few of us left. There's only 3 or 4 of us left, the whole family. And my mother's 95, and I see her every day, and I'm 74, and I'm around every day, and we're gonna really enjoy having him if we can be fortunate enough to get him.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to your wife.
This is my mama right here, his sister.
Oh, okay.
She's a little hard here. Speak up.
I'm not hearing.
Speak up, mama.
Yes, speak up.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Why are you gonna take care of him if he comes home?
You want him to come home, mama?
I certainly do. He could be such a blessing, and we could be a blessing to him too.
Okay.
We're both retired, and we'd enjoy having him here. He would really it'd be helpful to my son.
Okay.
Be nice to have him sit and visit with him.
Good, good. Okay, well, thank you for y'all's comments, both of the Youngs. We appreciate that. And we'll be going back to the hearing room and back to the facility. Mr. Richard Neer. Mr. Neer, would you talk to us a little bit, please, sir?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Madam Chairman and members of the board. My name is Richard Neer. I am 78 years old. I'm a resident of Laranja, Louisiana, and Tashpo Parish. I am a retired GS-14 with the Federal Aviation Administration as a National Program Manager for Aeronautical Charts. I'm also a retired Chief Warrant Officer of the United States Army, combat veteran of Vietnam. I'm here to talk today about Drew Arnold. I've known Drew for about 10 years. We met at an Angola veteran meeting held at Camp F. Drew has been incarcerated for over 40 years. I can only imagine 10 years in prison must have been difficult. 20 years in prison would have hardened any man. 30 years in prison would have crushed any possibility of hope. However, Drew has turned hopelessness into resilience. Drew has had many jobs here at Angola, and he has been a trustee for over 40 years. The years have taken a toll on Drew's health. He is very limited. His plan to, if granted parole, is to work as a mechanic with his family and to be rejoined with his family. I'm asking your approval of his commutation of parole. And I thank you very much.
Thank you for taking the trouble to go there and speak on his behalf. We appreciate that. And thank you for your words. We'll take those into consideration. We'll move on now to those in opposition. And we have two folks, one that will speak and one that is just going to be zooming, Miss Sue McGowan and then Jason McGowan. Jason is going to be speaking. Jason, are you with us? Okay, speak to us, Jason.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
we can hear you now. Go ahead and tell us what you have to say in opposition. Tell us who you are and how you were related to the victim.
My name is Jason McGowan. The victim was my grandfather, who I was really young at the time. I remember him vaguely. I think he should stay there. He took a life. He owes a life. It's the way I feel about it.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to be with us on Zoom then, and we're sorry for your loss.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we have anybody from the facility in medical yet?
Dr. Toles going to call right now. He should be
calling. Dr. Toles should be calling.
Who is it?
Dr. Toles.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Doctor, would you introduce yourself for the record?
This is Dr. Paul Toss, Medical Director at Angola State Penitentiary.
And are you familiar with Mr. Drew Arnold's case?
Know the name, and I'm looking at the file, the chart.
Yes, just go ahead and give us a thumbnail sketch of his condition now and any kind of prognosis that that might be listed as far as his mobility.
Suprapubic catheter. He is currently living in Ash. He thinks he's getting out. He's deferring all medical care, including cancer treatment, because he thinks he's leaving. Mobility, let's see, he's got diabetic peripheral neuropathy, status post amputations. let me look at his, if he ever did physical therapy, that's the best functional evaluation. And I've got a note from April of 25, no hospitalized. He did not participate very well with PT. They have him doing a new step machine for about 10 minutes, was it just kind of sit down and move your arms. He can walk using a rolling walker for support for 60 feet. Now that was, he required a rest to do that. Standby assistance for safety. Now this was in April. So, you know, that's 7 months ago. All right, so let's see. Since then, I have health care provider notes. November 19th. Does have GU cancer. He is a DNR LaPoste patient, and he's not doing any treatment for the cancer. Okay. That was November the 19th. One more place. I'm sorry. I do not have this guy's face in my mind. Infirmary nurse's notes. He does get out of bed to the wheelchair. Yeah, this is July. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Let's get up to speed.
Okay, I think we got a pretty good, I think we got a pretty good sketch of it, Doctor. And we do have a, in the report, we do have a paragraph recap from medical. I just wanted to get it put on the record of what kind of, I would say, pretty severe medical condition he's in. I'm certainly not a doctor, but it doesn't sound like it's real good to me, but.
No, absolutely not. And definitely getting worse. He's got cancer that he's not treating. And that suprapubic catheter was because the urinary outflow through the penis was obstructed. The backflow built up and damaged kidneys, and we had to put in the suprapubic catheter. His kidneys. And I think we've been having trouble maintaining that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doctor. That's about all we need to, all the more than we need on the record, but.
Thank you.
But we appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Doc.
Anytime.
Okay, I've heard, all right, Mr. Arnold, we've heard the people for it. We've heard the people against it. We've heard your medical condition. Do you have anything else you want to say? I know you have a hard time keeping up with what we're saying. Do you have anything you'd like to say to us before we make our decision?
Do you want to tell him anything?
Yes, like I say, what to the victim, I'm sorry for what happened. And you know, I pray for their forgiveness. I know it's the perfect pardon board for their release. you know?
Okay, thank you, sir. We appreciate that. I think that's about it. I think we're ready to vote. Are there any questions from the board members?
Just one quick question for the warden. Warden Benoit, he's been a trustee for 38 years. Am I reading that right?
Yes, sir. He's worked on construction crews most of his time, you know, when he was able, when he was a young guy. He worked out at Road and Levy, did a lot of mechanic work.
Okay. I just, that's a long time to be a trustee. Okay, thank you.
Been over at Campbell for a long, long time.
All right.
All right, I think we're ready to vote.
Okay, we think we're ready to vote. Mr. Arnold, I think because of your age and your medical condition, the fact that you've served I believe about 47 years for this crime, you're not a danger to the public. You're costing the state a lot of money, medical, and a lot of problems. I think the best thing for all concerned is that we recommend to the governor that your sentence be commuted and that you be immediately eligible for parole. I know you can't hear me, but maybe somebody will tell you. And I think that'd be the best thing for everything, with all apologies to the victim's kin, because I understand I think I understand how you would feel. I understand how I know how I would feel. I think I do, and so I apologize, but there's absolutely no danger to the public involved in this, so that's my recommendation.
All right, thank you, Mr. Freeman.
I concur.
Okay, Mr. Tillis,
I concur with Mr. Prater.
Mrs. Stapleton.
I would like to concur with Mr. Prater, and I'm going to, but I do want to say that I acknowledge the grief that the family felt over this. His son has since passed away, which was the father of Jason that spoke with us. And I believe Jason was about 3 years old when this happened. But the father and the son had a very close relationship. They went hunting and fishing, and he lost all of that the day his dad died. And his sister tells a story of how he was haunted by that. So we do acknowledge that, and I do acknowledge that. And actually, Mr. Arnold, like we've said, has a lot of medical problems. And so it's not really going to be an easy release from prison should this be granted. So I'm going to concur with Mr. Prater while still acknowledging the pain that this has brought to the family.
All right, my vote today also is to commute the sentence to 99 years with immediate parole eligibility based on Mr. Arnold's age, the length of incarceration, and his prison record. I do want to acknowledge his U.S. Army veteran status, and also acknowledge the opposition by the McGowan family. So it's a unanimous vote. We'll make the recommendation that his sentence be commuted to 99 years with immediate parole eligibility. All right, we are, sorry for the delay. Good morning, Mr. Harrison.
Good morning, ma'am.
Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number for the record.
Morris Harrison, my number is 124891.
Okay, and you're here, let me just acknowledge you got some folks there with you in Angola.
Yes, ma'am.
Got your granddaughter, Laisha Washington, and your daughter, Latasha Griffin. We have the Parole Project. Mr. Blake is on with us on Zoom. Also on Zoom, a friend, Francis Chandler Kelly, who will be speaking on your behalf, and Pastor Ron Hicks also. On you, watching on YouTube and not speaking or participating on Zoom is your niece Star Hurdle and your sister Mary Jack. We do have opposition here today representing the victim. They are also on Zoom for Letha Baines, the victim's sister, and the victim's nephew, Mr. McCamius Harris, both of whom will be speaking and will ask for their comments at the appropriate time. So you've been through this before, Morris. You know how it goes. It's a little different, I think, than the last time you were on. So first I'll just read some identifying information into the record, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Freeman, seated to my far right, because your case was assigned to him.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are classified as a first felony offender. You're currently serving a life sentence. You were sentenced in Madison Parish in February 1989 for a second-degree murder conviction. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Morris,
Yes.
tell us, what did you do to get yourself put into prison, and what have you done since you've been there that you think we should give you the opportunity to get out?
Well, first of all, sir, I would like to apologize to the victim's family, to show my remorse and how sorry I was for what took place, sir. And what got me here, sir, me and Buster Harris, this girl, Jerdine Phillip, I was living with her. Me and her had broke up, and I guess he had took up with her, sir. And every time he would see me, he would get into a big argument with me behind her. And I didn't know that Jerdina was strung out on the drugs until her grandmother told me that she had stole her bank card and withdrawn all our money. So I cut ties with her then for sure. But every time he would see me, he would argue, cuss me out or whatever. If he see me talking with her, she'd just be talking, trying to borrow money from me, sir.
Okay, so what happened? What led to the conflict, and why did you shoot him?
Well, what led to that, sir, the last time that he started threatening me, and the last threat that he made, he told me the next time I see him, I better have some. So that's when I went and purchased the gun, sir. And it went from there.
Yeah. All right. What have you done since you've been in prison that makes you think that you ought to be considered today?
Well, first of all, sir, I'm not the guy that I was when I first came in, that I was then, sir. And I have done a lot of things in prison since I've been here, sir. I have took a lot of classes. I have worked a lot of areas here. So I know I have been rehabilitated, sir, since I've been here.
And what is your job now?
Well, I work out at the museum now, sir.
So you work outside the gates?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he must trust you pretty good. Okay, let me hear what the warden has to say. I have some other questions for you and some other statements I want to make. Warden, what do you have to say about him?
Well, I've known him a long time. I put him at the museum, so, you know, I trust him or he wouldn't be out there. He's been here 37 years. He's got 5 DV reports. He lived at the main prison Ash for a long time until we moved out of Medford, and then we moved him to Camp F, where he is now. He's taken anger management, victim awareness, victim letter training, thinking for a change. You know, his conduct's been excellent. His work ethic's been excellent. He's no problem here. I put him at the museum. You know, if we didn't have a lot of trust in him, he would not be out there.
Gotcha.
because he sees the public every day.
Okay. Thank you, Warden. I appreciate that. Okay, well, now we're gonna hear from the people that want to speak on your behalf, Mr. Harrison.
Yes, sir.
So first, we're gonna hear from Latasha Griffin, your daughter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Griffin, what do you want to say about your dad?
Do I need to stand up?
No, ma'am.
He can hear you. Good morning. First of all, I would like to say that I support his being released. I will provide a permanent place for him for residency, and I also will be responsible for all of his financials until he's able to possibly get a job or whatever on his own. So I will take care of that. I do believe that he has been rehabilitated because he's been here and he's been a trustee over 40 years and with very few discipline reports over that time. Also, he's taken a lot of classes throughout those years and he's received certificates for them. So that means that he did complete those programs. He has a lot of family support. We have law enforcement officers, social workers, ministers. He has a big family support that, and we're willing and we're wanting and we're going to help him to establish re-entering into the community so that he can move forward and then, become a productive citizen.
Okay. Now let's hear from a friend, Francis Chandler Kelly. Mr. Kelly?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay,
All
great.
right, yes, Miss Francis. I'm sorry, Miss Francis.
Well, yes, but we're gonna call me by Kay because Francis when I was in trouble. So we're in good shape. I'm Kay. I thank you for allowing me to speak today. This fella, I did not know him in 1989, but I met him through his granddaughter. And as a result, I've written a letter, but it's really difficult to call an inmate someone that's respected. However, I truly feel that this gentleman is respected, warden, and what he spoke before, but also the other inmates. We have a different world out here, but we're all going to do the best that we can do to try to get him into our world. But I do know that this man has a wonderful heart. He has, warden has stated that he's been involved in so many programs. He has been with a gospel group. He has been in the museum, and today's his day. I mean, today is the day that the world needs to see what kind of man that he is now and can contribute not only to us, but also perhaps to the youth of this area because he's been there. He's done that. He's served his time. There's not anything that he can do other than repent and say that he's sorry for the many things that he's done. But if we allow him as a model person in your facility to represent us in the state of Louisiana, whether it's in the governor's mansion, whether it deserves a second chance. And not only that, but perhaps to help others learn what responsibilities they must take for their actions. And he spent a lot of his time there. All of the inmates at Angola, and I've come to the rodeo a couple of times, they know Laisha, his granddaughter. I'm a pharmacist, and she was a tech, now a nurse practitioner for me, but they all recognize her and know her as granddaddy. And I know him as granddaddy, but Mr. Morris's granddaughter. And it appears that all of those inmates do respect him. And I believe that he deserves the opportunity to teach others and to get into the world, although it's not a really great world. now. It's different than it was back then, but I truly believe that he knows what's happened, and he's going to be an asset, and an asset not only to our society, but also an asset to have been in Angola and the many programs that you have provided to him to allow him to be a better man than he was back in, what, 1989?
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Let's go to Ron Hicks, your pastor.
Members of the board, great morning and happy New Year's to all of you guys. Thank you for the opportunity to address the board on behalf of Mr. Harrison. I would like to first start by saying that Mr. Harrison has consistently exemplified the qualities of a model prisoner. You've heard it over and over again through his family, through Kate, through the staff that's there, expressing all of the things that Mr. Harrison has done over the years. He's demonstrated that respect, discipline, and personal accountability in his stay at Louisiana State Penitentiary. Secondly, I would like to express that Mr. Harrison has maintained an exemplary disciplinary record. Like, he's been doing things that, you know, for many, many years, going out into society, traveling with a gospel band, proclaiming the gospel, doing the things that only can be done if you are worthy of those things. So the administration has constantly shown that Mr. Harris has demonstrated a level of rehabilitation that can be worthy of being recognized in this hearing. The third thing that I would like to say about Mr. Harrison is that he possessed a great rehabilitative profile. He has completed several rehabilitation and self-help programs focusing on personal growth and decision-making and a reentry preparation. These things are valuable when it looks to being re-entered back in society. The last thing that I will say is, in conclusion, is that he has a great family support. His family will provide him stability, accountability, and a reliable support network upon his release. Mr. Harrison, in summary of all that he has done, Mr. Harrison has conducted and have presented a strong spiritual foundation, rehabilitation, family support system, institutional relationship that is overwhelming. And I would like to ask this board on this day in this new year to respectfully grant Mr. Harrison a commutation of sentence and give him the opportunity to do the work that he's doing out in society with his family, friends, and the community that he will reside in. Thank you so much for your time in this matter.
Thank you. Okay, now let's get to, I also want to note that Channing Blake was on here. We know what the Parole Project offers, and we appreciate them considering him for their program. So let's hear those in opposition. Miss Carletha Baines, victim's sister. Miss Baines.
Hey, Mr. Freeman, I think we had one more person to speak, his granddaughter.
Yeah, you already used 3.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so Miss Baines.
Yes, good morning. My name is Carletha Baines. I'm the second oldest sister of Buster Harris. He was my brother. And I'm calling because I'm requesting that he remain in prison because he blew my brother's brains out. My mom found him lying in the yard, his brains laying next to him. And he also had a group with him when he killed my brother. And so therefore, and he knew us. He has even visited our home. He and the group, they were friends at first. And then something happened and they became enemies. So I'm requesting that he remain in prison. My mother grieved herself to death. She only lived 3 years after my brother was killed. She went from 145 pounds to 85 pounds. So, I have to live with this daily. All of I have only 3 sisters now, and it was 6 girls and 2 boys. My sisters are gone. I'm the only sister that's living. And therefore, this October 30th of each year, I have to live with my brother lying in the yard. My mom going there, putting her hands on under his head and his brains lying on the ground. So therefore, for me and my family, when we go to visit them, we are visiting a solid piece of earth and talking to the earth to them. He can go home and talk to his family, but my brother cannot talk to us. My brother never got a chance to take his daughter to the father and daughter dance. He never got a chance to meet his grandkids. He never got a chance to walk his daughter down the aisle when she was married. And his son, he never got a chance to explain to his son what it takes to be a man. But he has these people that he can go home to. So, your honors, for me and my family, I want him to remain there. And like the judge told him, one bright day, that's when you all haul him away from there. I want him to stay. And I thank you for letting me speak on my family's behalf, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Okay, McCanus Harris. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
Close enough. That was close enough. It's
Okay,
McCann.
thank
Yeah, I think he got the sentence he earned from the people who know him in the town where he grew up. And as far as his good behavior in prison, you're living in a controlled environment. You're supposed to do what you're told at that point. So I'm not impressed by you sitting in prison saying that you have a good attitude because you're in a controlled environment. You committed your crime in a free environment, though. That's the difference. I think you should do every day that you were sentenced to.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, let's get back to you, Mr. Harrison. Okay, so this happened at what time? Around 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in your statement, you said you were drunk and didn't remember, but tell me a little bit about it. You got to remember, you told me what led up to it, that y'all were constantly in conflict. What tipped it that night? What made you go and shoot him?
Well, that particular night, sir, I had dropped the other guys off. I was on my way home that morning and I seen him. So I stopped and got out of the vehicle. I had my gun beside me. And I tried to talk to him. We got arguing again. I bagged up and he attempted to turn around like he was leaving. And when he helped to turn back around, I fired the 2 shots, sir.
Okay, so you did shoot him in the yard. It wasn't in the house.
No, sir, it wasn't in the yard. It was on the streets.
On the streets. Okay.
Sidewalk.
Okay. The gospel traveling band, was that also stuff done outside the prison? Or y'all just singing?
No, sir. We was traveling mostly over the state of Louisiana, sir. Lake Charles, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, different places. Doing programs. Yes, sir.
You had a lot of you had some write-ups, but not many. 5 DBs, and the last was in 2012.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And, I will state, this was a senseless murder. It was over a woman, and jealousy got involved. So, other than that, I have no further questions. I'll turn it over to my panel members.
I've got some questions.
Right.
For me, this is very much like, well, Mr. Freeman said, domestic violence, jealousy. and there was stalking involved because you went around and there's lots of statements that you're looking for this man and that you went out to purchase a gun. Is that right? Did you ask people about purchasing a rifle, a gun?
I had asked my cousin, did he have a gun to sell, ma'am?
And
Yes, ma'am, that was it.
And you told him why you wanted it.
No, ma'am.
Oh, you just said you wanted to get a gun.
Right, yes, ma'am, that's all I asked.
And so, because in different interviews, people said you were actually looking for a gun, that you were very angry at this lady because y'all were in a relationship and then she entered into a relationship with this man. And you were out to get them both.
No, ma'am, that wasn't true, sir. At all.
Okay. So were you really, I mean, the different people said you were actively looking for him, and the night you say you ran into him, like around 1:30 in the morning or something like that, you had a gun with you and you walked over to him.
Well, I had that gun with me due to the fact that the threats that I had got from him, and I realized what he would do. And I had it for my own protection, ma'am.
But you stopped your vehicle and confronted him.
Yes, ma'am.
And this was early in the morning.
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
you have a weapon on him at that time?
I wouldn't know, ma'am.
But you knew you had one. You didn't see a weapon on him. And he
But I
turned
know
away, it sounds like, because he was shot in the back, wasn't he?
Well, when he turned around toward me, that's when I shot as he was getting ready to turn around, because I do know, yeah, he packs a gun. I knew that. He was one of the drug dealers in the town.
Yeah, because it said the wounds, one to the back of the head and the second to the middle of his back. 2 gunshot wounds to him. So when you have a stalking situation for a woman, they can't do anything right because they can't get away from somebody that's determined to take retribution against them. And it's very specific. They can be the nicest person in the whole wide world. Other than that situation, they feel like they've done wrong, and if he can't have her, nobody else is going to have her. Those are the kind of things that you hear from jealousy.
No, but that wasn't it, Mr. Stapleton.
It was hit. You were saying it was because he threatened you.
Yes, ma'am. That's what that was all about. I had been left Jardine alone.
Okay. All right. That's what I was concerned about. Thank you.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right. You mentioned, Morris, that you had been drinking all afternoon, night, whatever. What substance abuse class have you taken to address alcohol?
Well, yes, ma'am. I have took AA. I went there.
How long?
In substance abuse, I have took that as well.
So that's not an issue for you.
No,
So,
ma'am.
and this is your only arrest?
This is my what, ma'am? Excuse me.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yes, ma'am. First offense.
You do have opposition.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the DA didn't offer any comments, but law enforcement is still opposed. They were opposed at your last clemency hearing, and that's still the case. That has not changed. And of course, we heard from the victim opposition. So I don't think there's any other questions. I think we're ready to vote. Mr. Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Harrison, this is a very tough. The crime was very heinous, and I think there was a lot of jealousy there and between you and him and the woman. And then on the other hand, you've done 38 years with 5 write-ups, taken a lot of classes. You've given a lot of trusted assignments. My vote today is going to be to grant to 99 years with immediate parole eligibility, good prison records, good statements by the warden. That's my recommendation.
Mr. Tillis?
I agree with Mr. Freeman. You had lots of training, and basically the warden's words weigh heavily on your rehabilitation. I hope you keep good work.
Mrs. Stapleton?
my vote is going to be to deny, because I feel like it was a premeditated crime. And also you have strong victim opposition. And it's true. I mean, we hear quite often about a mother or father that their child has been murdered, and then they shortly thereafter they die, and then they talk about the person grieving themselves to death. So, you know, that's that ripple effect that they teach all about it, crime victims, horses and stuff, that it continues on. So this family is still suffering from the loss of their brother. And so my vote today is to deny.
Mr. Craig.
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
My vote today is the same as it was back in 2018. My vote today would be to commute your sentence to 99 years with immediate parole eligibility. You are certainly sensitive to the feelings of the victim's family, Mr. Harris's family. I don't know what else you can do. You do not pose a public safety risk.
Yes, ma'am.
Had good comments by the facility staff as well as the museum staff. Sent in a couple of letters for you. So you've received one vote to deny, but you've received 4 votes that were favorable. So we'll make that recommendation in your pass to the governor. Good luck to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right, and we have our last case for the day is Mr. Robert Jackson. Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning.
There you go. So, Mr. Jackson, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number. Excuse me, your name and current mailing address.
My name is Robert Jackson III, and my current mailing address is 3049 Hart Drive, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71118.
Okay, and Mr. Jackson, we are operating your case today with the 4 members of the pardon board. So any favorable vote would require unanimous decision. You ready to proceed? Let me acknowledge you have some folks on Zoom. You have Eugene Davis, your cousin, and your mother, Miss Hannah, and we'll call on them at the appropriate time for their comments. So you are classified as a second felony offender. You're seeking a pardon with restoration of firearms. You were sentenced in Caddo Parish in, in June of 1997 for illegal use of a weapon. You received a 2-year sentence, and then you have is it 3-year sentence or 13-year? Aggravated sentence. 13-year sentence in October of 2010. Is that information correct, sir?
Well, actually, I got re-sentenced in 2010 because it was originally for 1999. That's when the charge happened.
Right, but you were re-sentenced in 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good deal. Thank you, sir. So your case was assigned to Mr. Tillis. Would you answer his questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I read your case, but tell me your version of it. What happened?
Well, I made a bunch of bad decisions, honestly. But do you want me to go into details of how I made the bad decisions?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I had a child with a young lady, and we got into a fight in 1997. And after taking the baby from our house, I made a terrible decision to go back and shoot up her house. And that's when I received the initial time. And during that time, we broke up, and I got back out, and we kind of rekindled. It wasn't a full relationship, but I guess, dealing with each other. And then one night I seen her driving with another guy and got into it with her. And then I made another bad decision of going to shoot up her house.
How long has it been since you've been released?
Since I got released on September 9th, 2011.
Why do you feel you need a firearm?
Well, to be honest, I don't necessarily need a firearm. I would like to have one because I do have family that hunt and they go target shooting all the time. But if y'all made a decision that I don't need it, then I guess I don't need it.
What's the relationship now with the young lady?
We cordially speak here and there, but that's it.
See your son?
Oh, yes, all the time. I actually used to work with me when we had a trucking company before I went to law schools. But since I made that transition, I haven't really seen him much.
Did you complete law school?
No, I'm a 1L right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyone else have any questions?
Well, I'd like to comment on shooting up the house. I mean, that was multiple bullets that you fired into the house, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Could have hit anybody. Random, like shooting into a crowd.
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you, in law enforcement, when we learn to shoot a gun, we know that we have to be sure about what we're aiming at because every bullet has a potential name to it. And you did it twice.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and then we go back to domestic violence, jealousy. I can't have you, nobody else will. So I'm just going to go to your house and I'm going to shoot it up and who cares who gets hit and killed. So I mean, you can kind of tell where my mind's going on this, and you do have law enforcement opposition.
Yes, ma'am.
Just wanted to make sure I was right on that. It happened twice.
You are absolutely correct. I did
Thank
make those mistakes, but now I'm a different person. And I just want to get a part and not to erase what I've done, but to further my career and be an attorney and help other young men like me that made that mistake, that was living the wrong life at a young age. And show that you can turn your life around and be a better person and be responsible.
I thank you for your honesty, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, let's hear from the folks who want to speak on your behalf. Could we hear from your mother, Miss Rosie Hannah?
Hello?
Ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay. How are you all today?
Good.
Good. Miss Rosie Hannah. And my son has matured into a good, godly man, a father, and a son. He provides well for his family of 3 little girls and is there also for his grown son and now has a granddaughter. He owned a trucking business for over 5 years and has had over 8 employees over that time, including hiring his dad and his son. He has a certificate for electrician, AC heating, and he recently closed the trucking business in November of 2025 to pursue a law degree attending LSU Baton Rouge now. He made a poor choice when he was younger, and I'm so sorry we had to experience that. I'm just thankful to God that no one was critically injured or killed. And he is also friends with his victim now and has apologized with the family, with the victim family. And I'm praying to God he gets the pardon he needs to pursue his law career. And I'm so proud he has grown into a responsible adult. And thank you for hearing me.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. And we have Legene Davis. Could we hear from you, please?
Yes, good afternoon to everybody. I want to add to that and say I'm his cousin, and we've grown up together pretty much. I used to go visit him in jail, and that was way back then. But I've noticed that he's grown a lot. He's contributed a lot to his family. He'll fix like the AC for free. He'll go to New Orleans and fix the ACs, and he'll do stuff that's out of his heart to help people. And I've seen the transformation of how he's grown and the positivity he shows now. He loves those girls he has, and you know, I can't say enough about how much he's grown and how much he's made a difference in like a lot of people's lives. Maybe to combat what he did. So the contrast is I used to see him in jail, and then I got really touched while I got a chance to see him in law school. I went to visit him in law school and hang out with him. So that really touched me, and I think he's done a great job as far as making a positive transformation. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Any other questions?
I just got one question. What was the disturbing the peace about in 2017?
That's one of my initial employees I had. He had a side girlfriend handling business for him. And after I fired him, I was on location delivering in Keyfield, and he came there and walked up to me and he pulled out a knife. And I had a pocket knife, so I pulled mine in defense. But I still take responsibility for that. And nothing happened, nobody was injured.
All right, I was just curious. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I don't see any other questions. Mr. Jackson, I think we're prepared to vote. Mr. Tillis?
Well, Mr. Jackson, I read through your case, and when I started reading it, I was really kind of concerned. I really appreciate the change you made. And I hope you continue. You're doing a good deal right now. My vote's going to be to pardon without firearms.
Mrs. Stapleton?
My vote today is going to be to deny due to the violent nature and the randomness of the crime, the many people that it could have killed. Also, you have law enforcement opposition also. But I do agree with what Mr. Tillis just said, that you are on the right path. And I hope that you continue on the right path, because you can make a lot of difference in people's lives, and you can especially speak to people about jealousy and different things like that, because you see what it leads to. And thank God, like your mother said, it didn't lead to a murder that night. So yeah, my vote is to deny.
Mr. Freeman.
My vote is also to deny criminal history and the severe nature of the offenses that occurred. I would like to see a little bit more time without any arrest.
Yeah, my vote, Mr. Jackson, also is to deny. I'm really concerned about how you handled the disturbing the peace issue, the situation. So my vote today is to deny. You've received 3 votes to deny, 1 vote that was favorable. So today, sir, your application's been denied.
Yes, ma'am.
So for the record, we will reschedule Mr. Eddie Ford, DOC number 88167. That case is being rescheduled. There's one other matter on our docket then, and that would be Jeffrey Simmons, DOC number 222415. He submitted an application for pardon with restoration of firearms. He did not sign in today. We've not been able to locate him, so I am prepared to vote on his case. And based on his absence today, my vote will be to deny his application. So, Mr. Till, I'd like to hear your vote.
My vote is to deny.
Mrs. Stapleton.
My vote is to deny.
Mr. Prater.
Deny.
And Mr. Freeman.
Deny.
All right. So that concludes our business for today. We're going to adjourn. It's 12:08.